I'm a bad motherfucker.
Heartbreaks for you. Thank you so much. It's
Okay.
back
wait.
to Jimmy.
We wait for Kurt? No.
No. Let's go because we're gonna do locals after
We got
this.
it. So get this. So Havana Hernandez tweets this out. She says, Massachusetts got an inside look at the migrant hotel 30 minutes outside of Boston, where rooms are being rented out for illegal immigrants for $5,400 a month. That's a if you have $1 million property, that's what your mortgage is. Wow, $5,400. That sounds pricey for these units, but you got to understand the government has to pay extra to hide the illegal migrants in them. Am I right? Come on. It just sounds like trafficking with nicer containers. $9 million in taxpayer dollars. $9 million in taxpayer dollars are going toward this hotel, and Boston has done a good job of hiding their migrant crisis by shipping illegals to smaller towns and cities throughout Massachusetts. You think I'm? Watch this.
What's up, guys? This is Savannah Hernandez, and I have stumbled upon one of the hotels that is being used to shelter migrants here in Massachusetts. Now, I've been wanting to cover the Boston migrant crisis, and one of the things that was interesting about it was the fact that the migrants are not very apparent in Boston. You're not going to see them on the street like you would in New York, and I realized that's because they are busing a lot of these migrants or transporting them throughout various cities and towns in Massachusetts. So, for example, we're in Dedham right now, which is about 30 minutes outside of Boston. Again, you guys can see this hotel. It was a former Fairfield Inn, and it is now being used to house migrants. And I was doing some research as well into how much these hotel rooms are going for, and they're going for $5,400 per month. So these migrants staying here, $5,400 per month, taxpayers paying upwards of or almost $9 million to house migrants in this location. I was even reading some reviews online about how people had booked at this hotel and then their reservations were just canceled, and they were told it's because migrants are now being housed here. And as you guys can see, there is quite a few of them out here kind of just hanging out. A couple of them have cars. $5,400 for these rooms. We talked to some of them, and they were saying that the rooms are small, they're not getting enough bedding, they're not getting enough resources, they don't like the food. So this is one example of what's happening here in Massachusetts. Norfolk, another good example of how these migrants that you might see at the Logan Airport are being shipped throughout the state. So in Norfolk, that's a town of a little over 11,000 people, and they have 450 migrants coming their way. So again, that's how they're kind of keeping this crisis a little bit more under wraps, as opposed to what you might see in New York, where the migrants are all sleeping on the street. They're busing them to all of these other little areas.
So what this means is if you were born in America, you fucked up. So now Americans have to immigrate to another country, lose their citizenship, and then sneak back in so they can live in a luxury hotel.
Well, the Fairfield Inn, I wouldn't, take it too far.
$5,400 a month.
You ever stay in those?
That's what Fairfield Inns are nice. That's when we played in Massachusetts. That's where we stayed. It was nice.
So about $1.76 now. About $1.76, right, a night?
I think we paid $250.
Oh, okay. I was lowballing it, but I was adding it up just now on my calculator.
Oh, what do you come up with?
About $6,000 a month. So they're getting their hotel value, I guess, from the government.
Isn't this right where David Sirota would have a meteorite hit us? Inside joke. So that's not only happening there. I saw I can't believe I didn't have this other video in this segment, but they were showing in New York. They were delivering brand new furniture to these hotels. They were empty, and so they got them, and they.
Hey,
this seems crazy. This seems fucking crazy to me.
Sounds like trafficking with nicer containers.
Yeah. This seems, again, I'm very pro-immigrant. I'm not telling people, make sure you're not angry at the immigrants. But we've had homeless people all over this country, and they never did anything like this for the Americans who were homeless.
Well,
So just like Cat Williams said on Joe Rogan, they're doing it right in their faces. Hey, look, Americans, look what we could have done all along. We could have done this. We could have had drug treatment programs for the drug addicts that are on the streets.
or
We could had housing for the homeless people who lose their houses. You know 40% of the homeless people in America have jobs and they live in their cars. We could have done this for those people who are actually working.
Hey,
But
Jimmy,
we don't do it. Why are we only doing it for illegal immigrants?
I'd settle for just not smuggling the drugs into the country to help make the people homeless in the first place, which is us doing it. It ain't China. Remember the crack that the CIA brought in and all those Chinese guns in the 90s?
Yeah,
That was the CIA. Do you think it's not them with the fentanyl epidemic?
of course. So again, this is as was someone else said, this is to keep you on edge. People who are on edge are meant to be kept on edge. This is to make you beg for authoritarian rules and solutions to your problems. Asylum is a right. Massachusetts migrant benefit could top $1 billion.
But not mental asylums. Those people will be put in the street.
No, those people we put in the street. So
no, we don't mean mental asylums.
No.
That is expensive.
the people who are schizophrenics, we throw them right in the street. If you're a drug addict and a schizophrenic, doubly in the street.
It's only a right if you crossed here illegally or using the app, which also helps you cross illegally.
Taxpayers are taking good care of the thousands of migrants who have arrived in Massachusetts since the start of the border crisis. The on-purpose engineered border crisis.
I mean, you'd have to have a border for that, wouldn't you?
Yeah. That prompted Governor Maura Healey to declare a state of emergency. A state of emergency last August. Wait, it does sound like a lot of taxpayer money, doesn't it? Sure. But think how much money we'll save in the long run by paying you less wages.
You got to spend money to make money, Jimmy.
Because that's what the effect of this is. Having an open border and flooding the country with migrants lowers the wages of workers. So now they're pitting poor workers against even poorer people.
As seen in Reason magazine. I always think that libertarian with the leather jacket.
Yes,
and
I
the
know.
Carl Sagan hair.
Yep.
He loves open borders.
Loves them. I'm telling you, and if I was one of those people, I'd want to come here and live in a hotel paid for by the government too. I'm not telling you to be angry at the migrants. I'm telling you to be angry at the establishment that works for a handful of billionaires that want to flood the country with immigrants right now.
Yeah.
They're not only doing it here. They're doing it in England. They're doing it in Scotland. They're doing it in Germany. Poland won't do that shit. They ain't going to play that game.
Neither will China.
Yeah, right?
Neither will Japan. South Korea is like, we're going to do it now, but I don't think they will.
So dozens of migrant families find shelter at Boston Logan Airport on a nightly basis, while hundreds of others occupy hotels, motels, and overflow shelters. CBS News Boston reported in February that the state had at least 17 contracts for housing, totaling more than $116 million. That was as of February.
Nice.
Wow.
Boy, can you imagine how many better, more efficient ways there were of dealing with it than what they are doing? That means same as LA, some graft has to happen.
Yes.
Somebody's got to be paid off. Same as New York.
Somebody bought that Fairfield Inn, who's connected to the government, to the Democratic Party, and now they're reaping the benefits.
Well, I wonder if they are. It seems like they're being paid the equivalent of the room price, but not even as much as it should be.
But it's full.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's completely full every night,
Right,
Kurt.
Right.
The station said the states, I bet they're also being paid to feed them. So that's another contract.
I hope they are. They're smuggling illegal. I mean, they're human trafficking. There should be some money in it.
This is like human trafficking.
That's exactly what it is.
The station said the state's right to shelter law requires it to provide families with refrigeration and basic cooking facilities. What about all the homeless people?
You know what's crazy? I remember in New York, there was this one homeless guy who was like a problem. He was like a crazy guy. I don't even know if he's homeless. He was just annoying. But he would walk around. He would walk around screaming and stuff. And he'd have these flyers say, housing is a human right. And I remember being, oh, this crazy guy, housing's a human right. Shut up. Get a job. No, they say that now, as long as you're not from here.
Yes.
As long as you're not from this country, it's a human right. I stand corrected.
However, some accommodations do not have those appliances, leaving the state to contract out for food and delivery.
Creating jobs. Jesus Christ.
You gotta be.
Are you telling me the Boston area faces some corruption?
Do you taxpayers get it yet? You are a cow in a stall being milked into uselessness.
Yeah.
At least in the Matrix, you get the option of a red or a blue pill.
These pills will be administered through mosquitoes without your consent.
Media reports indicate vendors charge Massachusetts taxpayers $16 for breakfast, $17 for lunch, and $31 for dinner daily for each migrant the state feeds. Wow.
I wonder what welfare costs, because we know people are mad about welfare.
Right.
What are the costs?
It can't be that much.
I bet welfare is way more
Welfare's
cost-effective.
way less.
If you just put them on welfare and state housing, it would be probably more effective.
Are they getting the bottled water from the airport? What the $31? $31 for dinner, one dinner.
Yeah.
$31. Are they getting that meal at the fucking airport? Are you kidding me? CBS News Boston says an East Boston drop-off catering company was awarded a $10 million 6-month no-bid contract.
That's the secret of great savings, the no-bid contract.
The no-bid contract.
That's how you know you got good government.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. I forgot the term, no bid.
No bid.
It's some kind of mob
no bid.
Yeah.
Those benefits include assistance with housing, furnishings, food, basic necessities, clothing, transportation to job interviews, and job training, Kurt. Assistance in applying for Social Security cards, registering children for school, using public transportation, and community and cultural orientation.
Hey, you know who has a lot of no-bid contracts? The Soviet Republic of old. A lot of no-bid, no competition, political grant. How are we different than fabled bad communists?
Are they also going to help them with military registration? I think they left that one out.
Yeah, and will they adjust to probably tough as nails.
The Salem News reports Massachusetts has already reimbursed local school districts more than $10 million to help them cover the cost of educating the new arrivals. Fox Business says the total cost of the crisis is expected to cost hardworking taxpayers $1 billion effing dollars.
Oh, but it's worth it to have your wages lowered.
Well, you can look at it this way, Kurt. That's $1 billion that we're not sending to Israel.
Yeah, that's true.
You can look at it like that.
That's true.
Wow. Massachusetts pays millions to vendors in migrant crisis with little oversight.
Oh, who saw that coming?
Oh,
Not me.
No.
Who oversaw that coming?
By the way, don't be mad at the migrants. If you're mad at the migrants, just keep this in mind. They're probably just pumping them up to sell them to Oprah.
That's a fair point. A fair point when you're mad at migrants. They're probably sold to very wealthy, very insane people for real sick shit.
Okay. Wow. Kurt, how was your weekend, by the way? You were up in, where were you telling jokes at? Vancouver?
Yeah, and
was it British Columbia?
Was it British Columbia?
New Westminster. Oh, yeah, shows are good. I love all those Rick Bronson clubs. But one of the comics was telling me how his daughter was getting bullied in school because they have a lot of Somali immigrants in this one part, right? He goes, yeah, the guy bullied my dog to the school and they won't do anything because he's Somali. I'm like, well, what kind of bullying? He was slamming his daughter's head into a desk repeatedly. I'm like, that's not bullying.
That's assault. That's felony.
Straight up assault.
That's felony assault.
I've heard this in Canada many times where people equate bullying with something insane, and they also won't do anything about it because it's like not. Dude, Trudeau is a maniac. I mean, he really is.
I know.
And there's all these people there that are like, I like the crowd stuff, but there's a bunch of people that are like, oh, it's okay. We don't notice. Life in prison for tweets.
Smashing someone's head into a desk is bullying. They also call bullying if you respond to a heckler. Those are the same things.
Well, you know,
in
I
Canada,
think they don't
those
have
are
as many mass shootings and the zero tolerance at schools. Like when my brother went to school, when I was in school, there was fights and stuff. My brother was in school. They had no tolerance. You're not allowed to touch nobody because of the shootings.
Right.
So Canada didn't really have that. So that's where they still have that loose interpretation of bullying. Then when you add the DEI bullshit to it, now it's insane. It's
Canada,
like, yeah, he could beat up a girl, this kid.
Canada has lost their, even the United States has lost its mind.
Yeah.
I mean, this story proves it. But Canada's even worse. They're nuts. They've turned into Nazi Germany, and they don't even realize it because they've criminalized words and thoughts.
Yeah.
But slamming someone's head into the desk is okay.
A girl, a young girl, you can't tell a kid, these are small kids.
Yeah.
You can't tell a small boy because he's an immigrant not to slam the girl's head into the desk. As the school, they don't have any say in that?
Okay. That's it for today. So we're going to be in Davenport, Iowa this Friday. See you there, eh? Where are you going to be? Anywhere?
Oh, Thursday I'm at the Irvine Improv.
Oh, look at that.
Here.
Really?
Yeah, it was I don't know what happened.
I know what happened.
Tiffany Haddish canceled? No,
I did.
I know. It's your old date I'm doing.
Oh,
June
okay.
27th, Irvine Improv. The one you can't do.
The one I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Town.
Yeah.
So I'll be handling that.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm doing all your jokes. Don't worry.
Wow, well, look at that.
I will be doing your set like Gallagher too.
And my dad will be siding with you. Okay, so we're going to do, Steph's going to finish our Rumble rants.
Yeah, it'll take me like
I got to go do
2
a show.
minutes.
Okay, go do a
bye,
show.
Buddy.
Bye, guys.
And then,
enjoy the hot sauce.
Oh, yeah. How hot is it, though? Because I'm not one of these weirdo.
I don't know.
Not one of these weirdo masochists. It's like sexual.
Yeah. I don't need
it's hot.
Yeah.
What is that?
Bye. All right, great. Hey,
and then we're going to do the
locals.
The locals.
All right, here we
Okay.
go. Camera 4. Bing. All right. This is how lizard people warfare. Thank you. And that was from was that from Zeppelin. The more money they print, the more people the feds requires. Thank you, Zeppelin. James, Weimar conditions will eventually elicit a Weimar response. We must correct course before we destroy ourselves and drag the world down with us. James. Hey, Steph, if you and JD got a lot out of Blair White, I love this recommendation, Funky. Please have on British women's activist Posey Parker. She was banned from X for stating that women are adult human females. She's very informative. Will you add Posey Parker? And that's Posie, Parker. Okay, Funky, you got it. We'll add it to our recommended guest list. Thank you so much for that one. Everyone is worried about nukes whilst we're getting people bombed. Yeah, no kidding. All right, I got that one. That one's gone.
Are these different or is it the same?
Thank you, Funky.
Okay.
Thank you, Zeppelin. M-Tube says, give him rubber fruit. Look at you,
Okay.
M-Tube. Back to Jimmy.
Hey, guess what? CBDistillery.com is giving Rumble an exclusive offer, and it's huge. Right now, you can get up to 30% off everything. If you have struggled with sleep or stress or pain after physical activity, CBDistillery.com has a targeted plant-powered solution just for you. I love hearing how many of you have seen improvement in your daily life thanks to CBD. So if better sleep, more calm, and relief from discomfort after physical activity sounds good, you should explore CBD. Don't miss this massive sale. Get up to 30% off your order. Visit cbdistillery.com and enter Rumble. That's cbdistillery.com and enter Rumble at cbdistillery.com. Not available in Idaho, Iowa, or South Dakota for some reason. So now if they enter Rumble instead of Jimmy, how do they know how many people they don't know? Well, okay. Then I'm sorry I put so much effort into that one. Hey, a small regret is slouching in the dentist chair thinking, I should have brushed and flossed better. A big health regret is listening to your doctor and thinking, I should have paid attention to nutrition when I was younger. Better health today and when it matters is most why I'd take Field of Greens. Field of Greens is unlike any fruit and vegetable. Let me start this over. A small regret is slouching in the dentist chair and wishing I would have brushed and flossed a little more. A big health regret is listening to your doctor and thinking, I should have paid attention to nutrition when I was younger. Better health today is when it matters most. Field of Greens, that's right. If you take Field of Greens, you're going to get better health because Field of Greens is unlike any fruit and vegetable or green product. Field of Greens isn't watered down extracts. Field of Greens is an organic superfood. It's whole fruits and vegetables. Each fruit and vegetable was selected by doctors to support vital bodily functions like heart, liver, kidneys, metabolism, and your immune system. And only Field of Greens, get this, this sounds crazy, but it's real. Field of Greens is backed by a better health promise at your next checkup. If your doctor doesn't notice your health improved, you get your money back. And that's you can't have a better guarantee than that. So don't look back and say, I should have paid attention to nutrition when I was younger. Field of Greens is a key to better health today and when it matters most. Let's get you started with 15% off. How about that? And free shipping. Look at that. 15% off, free shipping. Visit fieldofgreens.com and use the promo code Jimmy. That's right. That's promo code Jimmy at fieldofgreens.com. Hey, I believe in having a substantial percentage of my financial future secured with gold and silver. You know this. I've talked about this. That's why I decided to partner with our sponsor, Colonial Metals Group. They helped me set up a safe and secure self-directed IRA where I have access to my assets no matter what the stock market does, or for that matter, no matter what the government's doing. Let the team of experts at Colonial Metals Group help you protect your family's future. We put together a special offer for our audience. Click on the link in the description of this video or call a special 800 number and you'll receive a safe and up to $10,000 in free silver. That's right. Go to colonialmetalsgroup.com/Jimmy Dore Show. That's colonialmetalsgroup.com/Jimmy-Dore-Show. Or call 888-910-1419. That's 888-910-1419. So they're going to put that website up, right? Yeah. Hey, let me just say, you work hard to support your family, but it may seem as though you are taking a step back every month instead of taking a step forward. When the bills are higher than what you bring in every month, you have to swipe that credit card to cover the difference, right? And the debt keeps adding up. But if you own a home, our friends over at American Financing can help you break free from that cycle. American Financing is saving people like you an average of $854 a month. Think about what you could do with that extra $854 a month and not having to worry about those minimum monthly payments. And even better, it costs nothing to find out how much you can save. All it takes is a quick call to American Financing, and if you start today, you may be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. Call American Financing today and start your journey towards being credit card and debt-free. That's 888-804-0303. That's 888-804-0303. Put the number up. Or visit AmericanFinancing.net/Jimmy. AmericanFinancing.net/Jimmy. There's one more. A lot of us are struggling to keep up with everyday bills, food, gas, and even that power bill. If you own a home, I want you to call our friends over at American Financing. American Financing is saving their customers an average of $854 a month. How do you do it? By tapping into your home equity and wiping out high-interest credit card debt. $854 a month is like $10,000 a year raise. Credit card interest rates are insane, and most of us are still carrying a balance from month to month. And if you're only paying the minimum every month, it's going to take you years to pay it off. There are no upfront fees to get started, so call American Financing today. And if you call today, you may not have to make next month's mortgage payment. American Financing. That's 888-804-0303. That's 888-804-0303. Or visit AmericanFinancing.net/Jimmy. Okay, we did it.
All right, this will take me to big screen camera 4. And I think we know what the priority stories are. At least one for sure. Uh-huh. All right, so this is gonna take me 2 seconds to get through this. Assange reached a plea deal. AlBundyShoes, thank you, AlBundyShoes. Assange is free tonight. Look it up. Sancho Relaxo. Thank you, Sancho Relaxo. You are being controlled and replaced. Scrooge McDuck 99. Jimmy, if you need an attorney to comment on the current legal events, I would be happy to oblige. Look at you, James E. Clark. All right, you can show me now. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today. We got through all the comments that we could. Again, we really appreciate your generosity. And you know what? We're going to do locals after this. So we'll be right back probably in about 5 minutes as my team wraps and Jimmy confers with Misha on some stuff. All right, now go do something nice for someone. We'll be back on Wednesday. And let's celebrate the freedom of Julian Assange. Adios.
These are placed inside the jar and the lid is then sealed. They are left undisturbed for 3 days. Then, when the jar is opened, the fleas will not jump out. In fact, the fleas will never jump higher than the level set by the lid. Their behaviour is now set for the rest of their lives. And, when these fleas reproduce, their offspring will automatically follow their example.
Hey, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there for more AM Joy and the rest of MSNBC. And click on any of the videos right here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. And you can get more videos from MSNBC for free every day with our newsletter. Just visit
Isn't it swell? The memes make themselves. They found a rabbi hole, tunnels and all. There's Jews in the walls. Isn't it bliss? The rabbinical grace soiling the mattresses. Well, let me tell you.
Shut it down.
If I were Rabbi Shmuley and diddle 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 digga digga diddle diddle dum. All day long I diddle little bums. If I were a schmooly man, I'd peddle all my dildos, dreidel dildos, selling dildos with my daughter and her mum. If I were a Jewish schmooly man, I'd be digging with a dildo in my bum. I'd wear a grotesque nose and go grab some goyim right on the nipple with a pinch. A Shabbos lap dance brace for the youngest mensch.
At this time, more than any other time, you know, revolution is necessary. It is necessary. Not only based on what has happened with the MOVE organization, you know, the babies that have been murdered, you know, MOVE adults that have been murdered, bombs being dropped on us, but past that to what is happening with all black people, so-called minority people, you know, money poor people. You know, this government, as has been said earlier, has waged war on us. But you know, something about us, particularly here in America, we don't really understand that. You know, we don't really know what war is. You know, for black people, for poor people, that people see as good, that they wasn't forced to do, that they didn't do to try to keep black people appeased, you know, and calm down so that black people wouldn't riot. A prison situation is a crystallized example of that. You can make phone calls in prison. They have movies in prison, but they don't have those things because they just want to be nice to prisoners. They have those things because they know damn well if they don't have, you know, people being able to contact their family, if they don't have, you know, facilities for people to sit there and watch movies, people are going to be frustrated, upset, and they're going to direct that frustration at them prison administrators, and they're going to have riots on their hands. You know, they're going to have people in them prisons turning them prisons out. That's why they have movies. That's why they have access to phones the way they do. And a stop to it when we don't like it, or encouraging it when it's something that's in our interest. You know, we have to call the shots. The people have to take the reins of this system and start dictating, you know, what we need, what needs to be done. And, you know, taking the initiative to do it ourselves. We can't rely on this system. I mean, you know, don't people see what's happening? Every single confrontation that MOVE people have been involved in, every single issue, you know, oppression, economic issues, every single issue facing our people, you know, is something that can be dealt with very, very simply. All people got to do is make their wishes known. All people have to do is stand up and say, listen, we're not accepting that. Unity is the key. Unity is the key to revolution. Revolution ain't nothing to be afraid of. It ain't nothing to shy away from. Revolution, contrary to what officials, you know, this system and those backing the officials running the system, you know, want people to believe that revolution means violence, you know, means blood in the street. I'm saying it can get to that point, but it don't have to be violent. You know, when people come together and take a strong stand on an issue, this government don't have no choice but to listen. Where you think they get their authority from? They don't have no power, but they do have authority to do certain things. Where you think they get it from? They get it from us, from the people. You know, they get it from us accepting the things that they do to be done to stop it. Then you have some people who want to then turn around and say, yeah, well, you know, it's the best we have, and want to make excuses. The time for excuses is over. It's over. You know, every man, woman, and child has to be involved in this revolution. Not only has to be, but is, whether you want to be or not. I mean, our babies gave their lives for this revolution on May 13th. You know, men, women, and children were murdered. And not just MOVE babies, you know. What about all of the young men, women, children 8, 9 years old shot down on the street by cops, by drug pushers. I mean, where do you think that mentality comes from? It comes from this system, from the mentality of this system of getting over, making a quick buck, I'm saying that's where that needs to be done to stop it. Then, what I want people to really, really understand is that it's past time. It is past time for poor people, black people, to realize that this system has failed you. It has failed you. You can't get nothing from it. And what people got to do is withdraw our support from it and start doing for ourselves. That's what we got to do. How long are people going to sit back and beg, this government to do what's right when for hundreds of years, all you've gotten is a slap in the face. All you've gotten is this government kicking your ass. That's all. That's all black people have ever gotten from this government.